5 adaptogen herbs, and I'm going to explain exactly what these herbs are, why they matter, how it's going to help you lower cortisol. We are going to be chatting about 5 adaptogen herbs, and I'm going to explain exactly what these herbs are, why they matter, how it's going to help you lower cortisol. So if you've never heard of adaptogen herbs, they're these natural herbs that you can take that actually help you lower cortisol. And so it has a direct impact on helping your body fight stress. So you can be going about your normal day and be in situations that you would normally feel stressed out about, but emotionally and physically feel calm and relaxed. So that's why the whole point, we can test out these herbs to see how we can help manage our stress levels. So I found them to be really helpful in my life. I really enjoy using them. And I have tested out quite a few, and I'm going to share with you my favorite top 5. And then our bodies naturally run hot or cold, so it's very individual to each woman. So you really want to know this for yourself. So that's why it's important to kind of test out some of these herbs too, so you can know which ones really benefit your body versus other ones that might not have the same impact. So adaptogen herbs, like I mentioned, they help your body lower stress. They help you feel calmer. They help you feel more emotionally balanced. And what we've been talking about all week is when cortisol is low and, even keel and fluctuating the way that it's supposed to within your body, you're going to notice less PMS symptoms. You're going to notice a much easier time maintaining your weight or losing weight if that is something you've wanted to work on. You're going to notice less period problems. So high levels of cortisol really keep our body in this high stress point, which we don't respond to, especially before and during our period when our body is less resilient to stress. And that's when we usually feel it the most. So you may not feel it in your follicular and ovulation phases, but you're most likely feeling it in your luteal and menstrual phases. So that's why these herbs can be really great. And I'm going to teach you how you can sneak them into smoothies or water even, so that it's not like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to be doing this. It's just a natural part of your life now. So adaptogen herbs, you can buy them online. I usually buy them through Amazon. You can buy them through health food stores. So I'll go to Whole Foods or other health food markets that you might have in your area. They come in pill forms, like a supplement, like a pill you can take, like any sort of supplement. They come in powder forms, and they come in tinctures, which is like this, which you can add to your water. And these usually tell you what kind of drops you'll get for each dosage, essentially. And always please do research on the correct dosage of what you should be taking. You don't want to be taking a ton of these, and then this video is just for informational purposes only. I want to just get that disclaimer out. I'm just sharing what adaptogens are and the ones that I use in my life in case you want to try them out for yourself. So this is in no way saying that you absolutely have to do this. You're your own person. You can, do this if you want, and then just make sure that you're doing your correct research on the dosage that you're taking and making sure that they don't interact with any medications that you can be on. You definitely want to do research before putting this stuff in your body. But today is just very informational, and we're just talking about what these herbs are and what they can do for you. So we talked about what they are, why they matter to women. It's really going to help keep your stress levels calm. These aren't something that you have to take every day, but maybe you're hey, I notice there are times in the month where I feel a little bit more stressed out. I can start cycle syncing this to that part of the month where I might need it a little bit more. Or you're hey, it's going to be a busy season at work. You can really help prepare and prime your body by taking some of these herbs. So my top 5 that I've had the best success with, I'm going to share with you right now. So the first one is reishi, so R-E-I-S-H-I, and it is a medicinal mushroom. And so what this does is it really promotes this calm well-being, and it's called this magical mushroom is how they describe it. But I usually get it in a powder form, and I can add it to a smoothie. It blends really well with chocolate or coffee flavors. So if you're going to make a cacao superfood latte, which I put up on our website this week, or if you're going to do some coffee, it actually blends really well with those flavors, which is great, especially because you're just okay, cool, I guess I'll have some coffee, but then have these reishi in it, and then I'm energetic yet calm, and then you're just balancing your body. So I just feel that's a win-win. So these certainly come in tablet form, and you can get it as in a tincture too. But I just really like it as a powder because I like to add it to other like smoothies or a cacao latte. The next one is ashwagandha. So if you've never heard of ashwagandha, this is one of my favorites because it can lower cortisol levels by up to 50%. So it's one of the adaptogen herbs. Like if you're going to try any one first, I would try this one. And I usually get this in a powder form too, and I put a teaspoon into like a smoothie. I can't say that I've done it in water because I don't think it would taste as well. You can certainly mix the powder in water. I just don't think it'll go down as smoothly. But when it's mixed into a smoothie, I don't taste it at all. And I try to use this one in the afternoon versus in the morning because I try to like prepare my body for having lower cortisol later in the day. So that's ashwagandha. And then the next one is Radula. So RHIODOLA. And so I use that one in a tincture form. So you can see right here. I just bought this one at Whole Foods and I mix it into water sometimes in the morning. So you definitely want to take this one just in the morning because it can be very stimulating. So I always recommend this to women too if they're struggling with like adrenal fatigue, and it helps give your body like much more of a kick. It can be certainly gradual, and I have to say when I first tested this out a few years ago, I couldn't take it. It's a very cooling herb. So with your body, so in Chinese medicine, we want our bodies, your body's naturally going to run like hot or cold, and depending on what some of your hormones are doing, some of these might react differently in your body. So at the time that I took this like a few years ago, I was actually having too cool of temperatures in my body, and I actually needed to heat it up. So progesterone is a very heating hormone, and I was actually really low in progesterone. So me taking this herb, it caused a lot of like neck tension and like headaches. So this one did not do well for me like 3 years ago. But right now, because I've balanced progesterone so well, I'm totally fine with it. And I actually sometimes have this instead of doing caffeine in the morning, because it can be that stimulating. So if you do this in the morning and you're not doing caffeine or anything, this could be like really great before your morning workout. Just put it in some water and then just really pay attention to if you're having any sort of like neck pain or tension, because it can be coming from this herb. That's definitely what I experienced, and I want to just share that experience with you. So it is one of my favorites now that I can take it, now that my progesterone is normal, but it is a cooling herb, and I just want to be clear. Another disclaimer I want to say, adaptogen herbs are something like if you are trying to get pregnant or if you are pregnant, you want to make sure you speak with your doctor, because not all of these are recommended for pregnancy. So I just want to put that disclaimer because I know there's many women in our community who fall on that spectrum as well. And I just want to make sure that you are aware that these are like a supplement, and you always want to be checking with your doctor if you are on that fertility side. So just also want to do that disclaimer. And then the next one I really liked was American Ginseng. So American Ginseng is, I always took this in like a tablet form. I can't say that I found it in a powder form in a health food store. Maybe if I had dug a little bit deeper online, but I just used it in a tablet form. I really like this a lot. This was very calming for me, and I started testing this at the time that I tested Radula, and I actually had a better time with American Ginseng, which would mean that my body needed to be a little warmer, and this helped warm my body a little bit better versus cooling it down. Our bodies internally can be very sensitive to different temperatures, and it can actually impact on how you feel. So I really liked the American Ginseng. And then the fifth one that I've had a lot of success with is holy basil. So holy basil, it's basically like a concentrate of like basil, or you can sip it in a tulsi tea. So it's Tulsi, so it's a tulsi tea, and you really want to do this at night. It's very calming, it's very relaxing. I would not do this every day, just personally, because I didn't need it every day, but I did take this anytime I was experiencing like a tinge of a headache, and it actually would help bring my headache down versus taking ibuprofen. So I really did like that. A note on this one too, if you are trying to get pregnant or you are pregnant, this is not one to be taking during that time. So if you're trying to get pregnant, holy basil is known to actually have like anti-sperm bodies, which basically like will fight your body against the herb, so that's obviously going to make pregnancy harder. So just keep that in the back of your mind. This is not one to be taking if you're trying to get pregnant or are pregnant. At least I know that one. Definitely check with your doctor on the other ones. But those are the top 5. So it's reishi, ashwagandha, Radula, American ginseng, and holy basil. And then we've also talked a little bit about if your body is running like hot or cold. The best way to know that, because it's so individual and I can't say that I know specifically how to do that, that's more of an expert in Chinese medicine. But what you could do if you really were curious and you really wanted to test these out is I would make an appointment to go to acupuncture and talk with one of your, to an acupuncturist about it. They're way more well-versed in this than I am. They'll also be able to understand your body a little bit more because they're obviously right there with you. They know what to ask. And then they can make recommendations from there. And usually acupuncturists also have a lot of these herbs in-house, so they might be able to even send you home with them or tell you which ones they recommend so that you can order them yourself or find them in a health food store. So I hope this kind of talks about adaptogen herbs a little bit and how it can help your body lower cortisol even more, and just use it as a way to support your body in times of high stress, in times when you know that, like I take these with me when I'm traveling because our cortisol levels can also be jumping when we're traveling by having a lack of sleep or by jumping time zones, you know, kind of being stressed of being outside of our environment. But I hope you like these as much as I do, and like, today is the last day to sign up for our Cortisol Beats, Confidence Beats Cortisol Workshop. I'll leave the link again below if you haven't signed up for that and you'd like to. Once you sign up, you get instant access to 4 more training videos and a smoothie recipe that I want you drinking at least once a day for a week to really bring down your cortisol levels. And this is the perfect workshop for you if you have been noticing that belly bloat and you've been super annoyed with it. I did a poll on our Instagram channel this week, and 80% of women are super annoyed with belly bloat. So you're not alone. It's very, very common. And like, of course, because women are more stressed out now than I think we've ever been. We've had so many things on our plate, and just knowing how to manage cortisol, how to metabolize it more effectively will definitely help your body in the way that you want. Like your cycle is going to be better. It'll probably be more regular. You'll have a happier and calmer period. Your weight will be more stable. Your mood will feel more balanced. Like this workshop is really going to help you get a hold of this. And it's a space where you can come back to anytime you need to like check back in. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.